EA Sports. It's in the game.
Hi, everybody. I'm Joe Tessitore alongside Teddy Atlas. Good evening and welcome to the Thomas & Mack Center just off the Vegas Strip for a much-anticipated main event. 12 rounds of lightweight action between these two great warriors. He's approaching the ring now, and this ring walk can tell you so much. Look at the focus on his face. Campbell's on his way to the ring, and you can just tell what kind of night he intends this to be. He's just brimming with confidence.
Fighting out of the blue corner, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome and his opponent across the ring. Fighting out of the blue corner, yes, the Galaxy Warrior, Campbell.
All right, gentlemen, protect yourself at all times. Let's touch him up.
When you get a fight like this that everybody's been talking about, it's always so interesting to see these opening moments here in round number one.
We expect a high work rate among these two fighters. Now, do you want to see that same work rate throughout the whole fight? Or is that your expectation?
I'd love to, because we'd be having a good time, and our fans, they're going to enjoy it.
Nate blocks it. His opponent wanted the body. He wouldn't give it to him. How about a return to sender with the left hand? He got hit right there, but he also gave one. Solid effort by Nate Campbell. Blocks the headshot.
Guard your head.
Some fine fundamentals. Good counterpunch.
Nice mousetrap there. He let him in beautifully. He didn't use cheese. He used distance.
I guess it's already a sign of things to come. They are not wasting any time toe-to-toe in round one.
If this is an appetizer, please bring on the meal.
Teddy, I know our fans out there love to see the fireworks, and I'm not saying you're not going to get them here, but stylistically and understanding the conditioning and the defense of these fighters, this is a fight that I think is going to end up going the distance, getting to the scorecard.
Yeah, and their mentality too, Joe. I mean, these guys go into fights, you know, bringing their lunch. They think that they're going to be there for the long haul, and usually they are.
We always see great athletes week in and week out, but Teddy, what sport do you think can produce the best boxers?
Well, believe it or not, basketball, everybody would say football. We saw Too Tall Jones. He got demolished by little guys. We saw Gastineau. He got demolished. We saw Highsmith. He got demolished. A lot of football players haven't done well. But basketball players, they have the physical skill sets where they can make a pretty good fighter. Of course, you have to get a guy that mentally is adjusted.
Final 10 seconds of round number 1. See, he's got his guard up really well that time, and it protects his head. Oh, he is damaged badly there. He may hit the floor.
When he misses with a punch, counter. Listen to me. You're not giving me enough punches, okay? Throw more punches. Jab, jab, hook. Okay, baby. Beautiful. Nice. Nice. Keep it up. Keep moving.
So here we are, a new round underway, and in that last round, he got tagged. He got hit pretty hard, Teddy.
Yeah, he did. He got caught. Now, the first thing is, we all know he got caught, but why did he get caught? He has to be able to decipher that in his head. He has to be able to have the answer to that so it doesn't happen again.
Blocks that punch.
Keep those hands up.
Nate Campbell's making for a tough target there. He gets away from that punch. Nice strike after catching one by Nate Campbell. Good defense, just covering up down low.
Move your hands.
Nate Campbell with a block punch.
In and out, in and out, in and out. Let's move.
Good clean shot, returning fire. Well done by Nate Campbell.
Keep your hands moving.
Staying away from those headshots with his defense up top. Good counter punch by Nate Campbell. Reaching the halfway mark of this round. Comes right back at him with a left hand. Blocks it away. Oh, and he comes back with an uppercut there after getting hit. A good block.
Keep your hands moving.
Nate Campbell's cut is on the cheek, and you can see that it's bothering him a bit right now. That's something we'll keep our eye on. And there's those fundamentals of Nate Campbell blocking that punch.
You need to block more.
Good counter punch by Nate Campbell. Round comes to an end. And that's one of those rounds, Teddy, that just takes on a certain style, a certain characteristic, and that was a busy one.
Yeah, it was a busy one. Look, Joe, you don't have to look for these guys. They're right there in front of you.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think sometimes you just get those rounds where it all happens?
Because of styles. You know, styles make fights. In this case, you're seeing proof of that right there. Both guys that are aggressive, both guys that are very confident.
Listen, I want you to pick his jab. That's right. Pick his jab. When he throws the jab,
And round number 3 is underway. Blocks that punch. Some fine fundamentals, good counter punch.
Nice mousetrap there, he let him in beautifully. He didn't use cheese, he used distance.
How is he able to do this? How is he able to take these shots?
You know, one time Muhammad Ali talked about taking a chin. He had one of the great chins of all time. And what he basically talked about was that when you start to get hit those shots, you start to go down a hallway. And then you go into a gray room. You go from a light room to a gray room. And at the end of the hallway, you see a dark room. You don't want to go to that dark room. And you have a choice. You put your feet down and you start backing up. I'm not going to that dark room. This guy is not being taken to that dark room.
In and out, in and out.
Blocked that away. It was targeted for his head. Went to the body there, but unable to connect. Good defensive skill. Great movement to get away from those punches. Well, he took one right there, but then he targeted one right back. Blocks that punch. You may as well put an X mark in the spot now because there is blood above his eye.
You know, he had enough problems getting away from punches when there was not blood impairing the vision.
Nice block. Nate lands a counter. He got hit right there, but he also gave one. Solid effort by Nate Campbell. That wasn't able to land. Able to counter that attack. And this round comes to an end. A round that was highly entertaining. They put forth a non-stop effort.
Well, that's the styles that they figured to bring to this fight. Both guys with good motors.
All right, got that? All control, so take your time. Take your time. That head moving, keep moving, and I want some double jab.
Here we go with the 4th round.
Go ahead and get out of the way.
Blocks that punch. Good return fire that time. Good counter punch by Nate Campbell. Takes one to give one. He comes back with a right hand. Nate lands a counter. That's great stuff. He fires one right back after taking one. Gotta love the work by Nate Campbell. Nate Campbell's movement helped out there. He avoided that punch. And there's those fundamentals of Nate Campbell blocking that punch. Halfway through round number 4. Campbell counters back. Nice block. And now you can see some blood coming from Nate Campbell's nose. Nate Campbell's got a cut, and it looks like it's below the eye on the cheek, but it's something that needs to be monitored. Frustrating his opponent with great defense. Great movement to get away from those punches. And this round comes to an end. It is a round that was highly entertaining. These guys really put forth quite an effort.
Well, they both have high engines. They have motors that never stop going.
On his mistakes, okay? I want to see that counter hook. Make him pay for the mistakes.
Good action throughout. We'll see if it keeps up in this round. What has been a very even fight. What a great job. He gave one right back in return. Nice work by Nate Campbell. Teddy, there are opportunities that are here for him, aren't there?
Yeah, counterpunch opportunities, because he's got an opponent who's walking in a little bit. Now he has a chance to start to chuck something back at him a little.
Keeping his hands up, getting rid of his opponent's offense. Good looking counterpunch. What guts it takes, what commitment it takes to keep up with this kind of a pace. The action's been nonstop.
Now, the one thing I can tell you is this is where you don't worry about pace. You don't think about pace. Otherwise, you could not be doing what these guys are doing. They're just going round to round.
Oh, that's good stuff. Fire it right back with one of his own. Good work by Nate Campbell. A headshot blocked. Oh, and he returns fire with a left hand. What a fight. What a great, great, non-stop action fight this has been.
Keep the head moving.
They trade shots. He comes back with a right hand. squeezed badly there. He may hit the floor. Nate Campbell's trying to get his man off of him. You see him shoving and pushing. End of the round here. Joe and Teddy with you ringside. It's turning out to be a very good fight because it's very competitive. It's one of those fights that's really hard to score.
Yeah, it is hard to score. It's going to be up to the judges now. Hopefully, they've been watching the way they need to watch, and they're confident enough to make sure that it's not just a matter of who's throwing, but, you know, who's really landing.
Listen, you need to move your head from side to side, okay? I want to see that head move more. We'll take care of the swelling. Just focus.
Back underway here to live fight action. Tough fight to score. Very, very even, closely contested bout throughout. Gets rid of that. It was intended for his head. Fine fundamentals, good counterpunch. He got rocked earlier in this fight. I don't see him changing much up, Teddy. Would you be advising him that now is time for an adjustment?
Well, you have to have a plan B, maybe even a plan C when you come into it. Maybe he doesn't have one. Now, if he doesn't have one, you're not going to tell him to start changing up, because then you're basically saying, I don't know what to do, but, you know, we're in trouble.
Good defense upstairs to stay away from that offensive assault. And you see he turned defense into offense, comes back with the counterpunch.
And that's exactly what he brings to the game. He makes you miss, he makes you pay, and he makes you think twice about throwing a punch later on.
Good counterpunch. How about a return to sender with the left hand? Nate Campbell's got to find a way to protect that eye. The cut has worsened, and if it gets any worse, you got to think this fight is coming to an end immediately.
Well, what's going to matter is when the doctor finally gets caught up and looks at it is, Joe, not how bad the cut looks or even how graphic it is to the fans out there, but where it's at. The doctor will look to see whether or not it's the kind of cut that if it gets worse, it could actually be physically damaging to his career.
Oh, and he's got something for him himself, and it's a left hand. Covers up nicely, gets rid of his opponent's body shot. Comes right back at him with a left hand. Working our way towards the bell. Last 10 seconds of the sixth. Block punch by Nate. Really fun-looking fight so far here. We've reached the halfway mark. Teddy, your impressions as to what we're going to see in the second half of this fight?
More of the same. I don't think these fighters know how to do anything, at least tonight. They came here with this mentality, and you know what? You can't really change gears at this point. You're going to see more of the same.
You gotta give me the double jab. You're not giving me the double jab. You're only giving me one jab at a time, okay? You got that?
Another round, and if it keeps up with the rest of them, it'll be closely contested and hard to score. Able to cover up that gut. frustrating his opponent with great defense. Wow, is he defensively sound. Block punch by Nate. Oh, he took some damage, but he gave some back with the right hand. Way to block there. At the halfway point of round 7. Comes right back at him with a left hand. This is why we love the sport, Teddy. I mean, this is just back and forth action nonstop.
Well, Joe, when special offensive happened in history, you remember where you are. Right now, I'm going to remember where I was during this fight. I'm watching a special epic right in front of me.
Glad to be here doing it, too. What a war this is. Keeping his hands up, getting rid of his opponent's offense. Dismisses his opponent's headshot. Last 10 seconds. We come to the end of this round. Alongside Teddy Atlas, I'm Joe Tessitore. Boy, it's a very closely contested fight, isn't it?
Yeah, it has been, Joe, but it's going to be up now to the judges. Hopefully they have their eyes wide open because they're going to have to look really closely, not just at the action overall, but who's landed the cleaner, more effective punches.
Beautiful. Nice. Nice. Keep it up.
Good action here tonight. Both guys bringing their best, and both guys meeting each other stride for stride, punch for punch. Tough fight to score here as we're back underway. Here's one for you now, he says, right back with the left hand. Took a shot, now he gives a left. Good job protecting himself. Campbell's leaving himself wide open there. You just can't do that.
Well, you can do it, but you're going to get paid. You're going to eat some leather. You're going to get punched in the mouth. That's going to happen.
Off the mark.
Nate Campbell's not showing us that he understands just how effective he can be if he went downstairs against his opponent.
Yeah, well, you know what you're saying, Joe? You're taking a peek and you're taking a swipe without meaning at his trainers, because what he's telling you is he hasn't been taught some of the rudiments of boxing, that when you hurt a guy, you should go downstairs to finish him.
Let's see some defense.
Nate lands a counter.
Come on in. Come on in. Get out of the way.
Nate Campbell's able to find a way to avoid that power punch. Nate Campbell's big bombs are turning into duds, unable to land these power shots.
Yeah, that's the worst thing a fighter can do, is start looking for a big shot. Start looking for the knockout he's looking for. Guess what? You don't land it, and you wind up getting caught as you're loading up.
Takes one, gives one. The right hand scores well. Holy cow! Nate Campbell's stunned, and he is hurt. The end to another very entertaining round in what has been a very entertaining fight. A fight where there's just bad intentions. The fight that just doesn't have the feel of a fight that's going to be a decision win for somebody. Looks like somebody's going to get stopped.
Right from the beginning, they've been fighting with desperation. Like, going the decision, as you just touched on, has not been in their minds at all.
Almost done. You had him that round. You're in control. Next round, let's keep busy. Let's get on that swell and get the compress on that.
So here we are, a new round underway, and in that last round, he got tagged. He got hit pretty hard, Teddy.
Yeah, he did. He got caught. Now, the first thing is, we all know he got caught, but why did he get caught? He has to be able to decipher that in his head. He has to be able to have the answer to that so it doesn't happen again.
A good block. Very nice defensive guard there. Blocks that punch. This is great stuff. I mean, great stuff. Bringing it every which way they are.
Joe, you remember the time you were on a vacation, you saw that perfect sunset?
Oh, yeah.
It was just beautiful. This is beautiful.
He returns the favor with an uppercut. Good clean shot, returning fire. Well done by Nate Campbell. There's the headshot, but he parries it away. To go in a round that feels like an all-time classic. Punch for punch, they're meeting each other. Frustrating his opponent with great defense. Nice strike after catching one by Nate Campbell. Nate Campbell with a block punch. Oh, and he's got something for him himself.
left hand. Round comes to an end. And that's one of those rounds, Teddy, that just takes on a certain style, a certain characteristic, and that was a busy one.
Yeah, it was a busy one. Look, Joe, you don't have to look for these guys. They're right there in front of you.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think sometimes you just get those rounds where it all happens?
Because of styles. You know, styles make fights. In this case, you're seeing proof of that right there. Both guys that are aggressive, both guys that are very confident.
Listen, Richardson, pat that right hand. Right? Pat that right hand. Let's get on that swelling. Get on the swelling.
Back to action now. We're underway in what has been a completely one-sided fight. You get the sense this one may not go the distance. They trade shots. He comes back with a right hand. Parries that punch away. Covers up nicely, gets rid of his opponent's body shot. Blocks that punch. Takes one to give one. He comes back with a right hand. Gets rid of that effort. Pulls the trigger right away with the left hand after getting tagged himself. Halfway through what is one of the best rounds you'll ever see. Just great action.
No, it's unbelievable. I mean, if you love roller coasters, you go to an amusement park. If you want to see left hooks, right hands, every direction, great chins, great endurance, great heart, you come to this fight. You stay right here.
Fires right back at him. Able to dismiss it. Very nice job landing that counter punch, getting away from one that was coming at him.
Use your feet.
Well, he took one right there, but then he targeted one right back. What a good war this has been. What a good, solid fight it's been. The kind of fight that tells me somebody wants to get rid of the other guy.
It almost looks like they made a deal where neither one could win by decision, where if they didn't win by knockout, it doesn't count.
This sound, okay? Look. Looking good. All right, keep your hands up, all right? All right? You're doing fine.
As another round gets underway, it gets us thinking, how much more of this will we see? Hard to envision this fight going the distance with how lopsided it's been.
Side to side.
Blocks away that headshot. There's one for you now, he says. Right back with the left hand. Blocks it away. Campbell counters back. Listen, he's still being highly competitive, even though you would have to think, if you're judging this fight at all, that he's way behind. Does that give him hope that still there's a chance that he could score the knockout and get this win?
Yeah, because his attitude is still there. He hasn't given up on himself. And as long as you haven't given up on yourself, you always have a chance where one punch can separate that guy from his consciousness.
And now we got a fight. He fires back a right hand of his own. Good block. Takes one, gives one. The right hand scores well. Keeping his hands up, getting way of his opponent's effort. Parries that punch away. Able to dismiss that body shot. Tried to nab him up top, but was unable to connect. Blocks that belt line well. End of the round here. You can see the fans really enjoying themselves tonight. You know, Teddy, I think maybe more so than any other sport, boxing fans are not just passionate like in other sports, but they are smart and savvy. They know the game inside and out.
Well, they follow the contestants. They do understand the parameters of the game. And you know what? They come here and they kind of demand from those fighters the performance that they expect from them. They expect a guy to box. You hear them every once in a while saying, hey, come on, you know, let's get that jab working. They act like coaches sometimes.
We'll take care of this one. Just focus on the fight and we'll take
12th and final round. Way to block there. Great movement to get away from those punches. Off to the side, a little swing and a miss going upstairs. Able to get away from that headshot with the block. Lands the counter. Distance, such a key factor always, Teddy, when it comes to defense. With his good foot movement, he's been keeping that distance. His opponent, how does he close that gap properly?
Well, first of all, he's got to use his jab to close it because he's getting picked off coming in. He's getting pot shotted. So he's got to have something coming at his opponent that keeps him distracted. Use that jab. Now, don't...
Holy cow! He is damaged badly there. He may hit the floor. Nate Campbell's just making some room for himself here. On the floor and in a bad spot. from a big shot. Now he's got to have some big guts to move along.
You're going to find out exactly what he's made of.
Good job protecting himself. What a great job. He gave one right back in return. Nice work by Nate Campbell. Frustrating his opponent with great defense. A good block. Well, that wraps it up. Now, let's send it up to our ring announcer for the decision.
We go to the judges' scorecards. All three judges scored the fight a unanimous decision. Your winner, Guerrero.
He's your winner by unanimous decision, Teddy.
Well, the question from the beginning was, could he get inside and make it his kind of fight? He did.
For Teddy Atlas, I'm Joe Tessitore. Thanks for being with us, everyone. Hi, everybody. I'm Joe Tessitore alongside Teddy Atlas. Good evening and welcome to the Thomas and Mack Center just off the Vegas Strip for a much-anticipated main event. 12 rounds of welterweight action between Kermit Cintron and the hitman Ricky Hatton. Kermit Cintron's on his way to the ring, and you can just tell what kind of night he intends this to be. He's just brimming with confidence. Ricky Hatton's ring walk, something special in the air. You can just sense it out of him.
Fighting out of the blue corner, Cintron. And his opponents, fighting out of the blue corner,
All right, gentlemen, protect yourself at all times. Let's touch him up.
Round number one is now underway. All the talk is done. It is simply time to fight.
When we get matchups like this, guys that just won't quit, they'll be there every step of the way like Gaddy Wars. Sometimes there comes a point where one fighter thinks he's got himself an advantage. He's done something great. But then the other fighter doesn't go away. How does that play out in the minds of each fighter?
Usually it doesn't affect the kind of guys you just mentioned, Gaddy and Ward. They made how to cement these guys. They're already set in their ways. They know what they have to do. They're not going to get thrown off just because somebody's still there.
Oh, and he returns fire with a left hand. Dismisses his opponent's headshot. Targeted counterpunch by Ricky Hatton. And in round number one, you already get the sense that they have no intentions of this fight going the distance. Nice job on the inside right there, just creating some space. Hey, have it your way. They trade shots. He comes back with a right hand. Well off the mark by Hatton. Not able to land the uppercut. Halfway through round number one. Kermit blocks it. I think you can just sense right away that strategy is going to be key here. This isn't going to be some wild type brawl. This is going to be a very technical, strategic type fight.
Absolutely, Joe. Each guy waiting for the other one to make the first mistake.
How about a return to sender with the left hand? Hatton comes from a family of soccer players. In fact, his grandfather and his father were part of the Manchester City team, and Ricky himself was put down that path originally, Teddy, but things didn't pan out, and he stumbled across and was inspired by the sport of boxing, stumbling across a boxing gym, and for the better. Good decision.
Yes, it is. And, you know, that's one of the things that the old-time trainers used to tell me. With boxing, there's a weight class, there's a place for everybody. Size has nothing to do with it. You can be a world champ.
Good job protecting himself. Last 10 seconds of this first round. Ricky Hatton's got to deal with a cut cheek. His opponent wanted the body. He wouldn't give it to him. And this round comes to an end. A round that was highly entertaining. They put forth a non-stop effort.
Well, that's the styles that they figured to bring to this fight. Both guys with good motors.
Distance from, okay? I want... Jab and throw. Throw to the body, then to the head. Then finish with the body. Yeah. He's boxing just like that.
Here we go. Round 2 is underway. Uppercut after taking a shot. Cintron with a counter punch. We saw Ricky Hatton rise to prominence, getting through some of the B-level guys among the 140-pounders. Guys like Joe Hutchinson, and Cool Vince Phillips, and Ben Tacky, and Mike Stewart, and Super Ray Oliveira. But his coming out party, I mean, his big moment was the upset of Kostya Tszyu.
Yeah, you know, and it was an upset in a lot of dimensions. Not just that he won, he was the underdog going in there, even though it was on home turf, but a huge, huge upset that the way he won. Kostya Tszyu basically gave up. He was broken down by the relentless style of Hatton.
Oh, and he is hurt after that series of punches.
He needs to start moving that head.
Gets rid of that body shot. He was damaged moments ago, but now he's got his feet back underneath him. Blocks away that headshot. Blocks that punch. That was a miss by Hatton. Parries that punch intended for the head. Able to dismiss his opponent's shot and then comes back with an uppercut. He has taken a lot of punishment here.
Well, the special fighters find a way, even when it's desperate like this, to survive. He's got to find that way right now.
That punch nowhere close. job on the inside right there, just creating some space. Hey, have it your way. End of the round here, a round that saw a lot of action, the kind of round that fans pay to be here to see.
Well, these are TV-friendly fighters, and we figured that coming in.
Let's work on that swelling. You need to capitalize on these mistakes, okay? I want to see that counter hook. Make it pay. Let's get on that swelling. Get on the swelling.
So here we are, a new round underway, and in that last round, he got tagged. He got hit pretty hard, Teddy.
Yeah, he did. He got caught. Now, the first thing is, we all know he got caught, but why did he get caught?
Oh, that's gotta hurt. Oh, that uppercut got him badly. You see guys do this all the time, a little shove off there to create some space on the inside and get your punches off. Good way to protect the midsection. Blocks that punch. Holy cow! He is damaged badly there. He may hit the floor.
Hey, no holding, no holding.
See, he's got his guard up really well that time, and it protects his head. He was on wobbly legs not long ago. Now he's got his feet back under him.
What is that, a chin, or is that Mount Rushmore?
Lead him to the punch.
Kermit blocks it. Just off the mark with that punch. Ricky Hatton blocks that punch. Not the most accurate uppercut you'll see.
When we've seen Ricky Hatton at his best, is it fair to say it's because he has a swarming approach to things? He smothers you and swarms you?
Yeah, I think it's more of a calculated aggression, a controlled.
Oh! One shot and down, Teddy.
And now he's going to have to find a way to clinch. He needs time to recover.
From a big shot, now he's got to have some big guts to move along.
You're going to find out exactly what he's made of.
Keeps his hands up defensively, protecting the head. Staying away from those headshots with his defense up top. Takes one to give one. Uppercut in return. Well, that's exactly what you should be doing on the inside. If you want to punch and you need space, do what you have to do to get that space. He's pushing him around. End of the round. So he scores the knockdown and now heads back to his corner. Teddy, do you ever have to calm a guy down after he scored a knockdown?
That's a really great point, because a lot of times that can be the turning point, but not for your guy that scored the knockdown, for the other guy, because sometimes when you score a knockdown, you start to think it's going to be an easy night, and you forget what you knew when you came in. That wasn't going to be an easy night. You're going to have to bring all the tools out of the tool shed, and it's important to remember that.
You got that? You're only giving me one chance.
He's got to find a way to get through the early goings here of this round. Remember last round, he went down. He was on the canvas.
Now look, he wants to tie his opponent up. That's the best way to get through it right now. But what he doesn't want to do, Joe, is to reach in there, reach out to grab his guy, and then he leaves himself open. He's got to make sure that his opponent's close enough where he goes to grab him, he's not exposing himself to get dropped again.
Great movement to get away from those punches. You see guys do this all the time. A little shove off there to create some space on the inside and get your punches off. Covers up nicely, gets rid of his opponent's body shot. You know, boxing is a global sport. I think sometimes in North America we lose touch of that, but boxing is such a global sport, and every little region of the country defines its fighters differently, and the fighters are defined by where they come from.
Yeah, it really is. You know, sometimes if a fighter is from maybe a place where there's not many resources, then you're going to get a fighter who's a little cruder. And he's going to have to be more physical because, you know, he doesn't have the apparatuses in the gym where, you know, he can hit a double end ball or, you know, he can be inclined to be a little bit more technical. And I think that you're influenced by those kind of things, by the lackings of certain benefits in somebody's background or preparation.
Takes one, but gives one. Good work by Ricky Hatton. Able to dismiss that body shot. Nice job to land that counter punch and getting away from one of his own by Ricky Hatton. Teddy, I think he really concentrated a lot during camp on working on the jab. I mean, just look at the punch stats here tonight. Just look at what he's been able to do.
Well, I'm sure he has, and as you said, it's shown. And you know, when I'm in the corner, when I'm training a fighter in training camp, you just touched on it. You know what I do, Joe?
What's that?
I make sure that when I'm putting the gloves on my fighter, I put the left hand on first. That's the reminder. This is the boss. This is the stick. This is what's going to bring you to victory. This is what you're going to use 80% of the time tonight.
You see guys do this all the time. A little shove off there to create some space on the inside and get your punches off. Ten seconds to go in this round. We come to the end of this round. Teddy, a round in which maybe a lot of trainers don't like to see because it was a very busy round for both guys.
Well, it depends what kind of style, what kind of strength your fighter has, or even what kind of weaknesses. If I had a guy who likes to box, who likes to counterpunch, I want a guy coming at him. Not with a lot of TNT in his gloves, but coming forward where my guy is well suited. He can pick him off a little bit.
That's right. That's it right. Just focus on the fight. We'll take care of the killing. Get on that. Get on that.
Back to action here at the start of this round. That last round was very interesting because it was the kind of round that can turn a fight in a completely new direction. He did well.
Yeah, you know those.
Oh, and there you go. He is damaged badly there. He may hit the floor. Teddy, he's stunned right there. Now he's clinching right here.
And that's the only way he's getting through this round. He needs to stay there and hold on for dear life.
Now, this is a very exciting fight. It's been evenly fought, but it just has the feel of a fight that's going to go the distance. It doesn't look like any one guy is going to take control over the other.
No, when somebody makes up their mind, I am not being knocked out, I am staying, they usually stay. These guys are here for the night.
Good counter punch by Kermit Cintron. This is just perfect. I mean, just what I want to see when I come to the fight. Sign me up for this kind of a brawl any day of the week.
You know, it's unbelievable. You feel like you've already witnessed an entire war, but you're reminded it's only one of the battles. We still have many more to go.
Blocks away that headshot. Reaching the halfway mark of this round. Do you see any way in which he can take his opponent's aggression and turn it against him?
Yeah, the perfect way. I mean, boxing 101. counterpunching. You got a guy coming at you, no better way than to change his mind. Make him miss, make him pay.
This is why we love the sport, Teddy. I mean, this is just back and forth action nonstop.
Well, Joe, with special events have happened in history, you remember where you are. Right now, I'm going to remember where I was during this fight. I'm watching a special epic right in front of me.
Glad to be here doing it, too. What a war this is. Very nice defensive guard there. Great pace to this fight, Teddy. These guys are not coming out of fifth gear. Nobody's slowing down.
No, they're fighting a 6th, 7th, and 8th gear.
Well, that's exactly what you should be doing on the inside. If you want to punch and you need space, do what you have to do to get that space. He's pushing him around. Teddy, making predictions in boxing is often a dangerous task, but I'll make one right here that seems pretty obvious to me as we come to the end of that round here. This fight is going to be a brutal display as long as it lasts.
It's kind of like going and watching that home run contest. Nobody's trying to hit singles or doubles. You know they're all going for the fences.
All right, listen. You need to create more punches, okay? Let this punch and thrust. Stop in the middle. Let's get on that floor. Get the compress on that.
Back to fight action as a new round is underway. Of course, in that last round, it was fairly one-sided. He was hit pretty hard, and now he has to overcome that here.
Yeah, you don't have to be Nostradamus to know that. I mean, everybody saw, you know, he got staggered, his knees buckled, did a little dance there. But what you have to really know now is know why you got hit and correct that immediately.
Good way to protect the midsection. Oh, and there you go. Ricky Hatton's in a bad place right now.
Keep busy,
He was
guys. Come on
tagged.
now, keep busy.
Well, where was this earlier? All of a sudden now you see he's being effective and being aggressive and outworking his man, when for most of the fight, he was the one being outworked.
Well, eating about 2 dozen jabs, you know what? It can change your mind a little bit. He figures now, let the other guys start eating a little.
Nothing there on the punch by Ricky Hatton. A nice, crisp hook after a fine defensive effort. Wow, look at that, trading shots.
Keep the head moving.
Able to cover up that gut. His opponent wanted the body. He wouldn't give it to him. Missed the body shot. Ricky Hatton's making for a very inviting target right now. You can see the blood around that eye. The cut is obviously worse than it was just moments ago. Keeping his hands up, getting away of his opponent's effort. Oh, and he's got something for him himself, and it's a left hand. A good block by Ricky Hatton. He got hit right there, but he also gave one. Solid effort by Ricky Hatton. Comes right back at him with a left hand. A nice block by Hatton. We've reached the halfway point of this battle. Real good fight here. Tough to get a sense of who's really up. I could see making an argument for either guy, but that's a testament to both guys and what they've been willing to bring to this battle tonight.
Yeah, and what it's a testament to, Joe, is that it's an enjoyable fight. After a while, you don't even concentrate on who's up. All you know is you're enjoying every bit of it.
Sit. Rehearse. Come on in. Okay, beautiful. Nice. And nice. Keep it up. Lose it.
Here we are at the start of another round. A round that could simply add on to a new direction and a new course that this fight has taken. I really liked what he was able to do in that last round. Now, he's behind on the scorecards, but you get the sense that the momentum is starting to roll his way.
Well, you get the sense that it's starting to become his kind of fight now.
Dismisses his opponent's headshot. Staying away from those headshots with his defense up top. Teddy, this is one of those moments where you just wish you could pick up the phone and call up the world and say, tune in. Everybody should be watching this, right?
I have a cell phone. I might do that right now.
Start dialing. Like a sledgehammer, that uppercut by Ricky Hatton. What a great job. He gave one right back in return. Nice work by Ricky Hatton. How about that exchange? A minute to go in what has been 2 minutes of sensational action. Neither man coming off stride. Frustrating his opponent with great defense. Good block by Hatton. Cintron with a counterpunch. What a chin. And can you believe the shots this guy's absorbing? Good clean shot, returning fire. Well done by Ricky Hatton. What a good war this has been. What a good, solid fight it's been. The kind of fight that tells me somebody wants to get rid of the other guy.
It almost looks like they made a deal where neither one could win by decision, where if they didn't win by knockout, it doesn't count.
He's hurt. I need you to jump on him in this round, all right? Let's get on that swelling. I'll press on that.
Good action here tonight. Both guys bringing their best, and both guys meeting each other stride for stride, punch for punch. Tough fight to score here as we're back underway. There's the headshot, but he parries it away. The exchange was something special. Blocks away that headshot. Blocks that punch. Tucks those elbows in, blocks the body shot. Oh, and they decide to trade there. A good block by Ricky Hatton. Off to the side, a little swing and a miss going upstairs. Kermit Cintron's got to know that the answer is to go to the body against this faster fighter, but I'm not seeing him do it.
Well, that's part of the talent, is knowing. It's just recognizing where your opportunities are, where they must be. Look, if you were in a car race with somebody, you knew they had a better engine, they had a faster car. Joe, if you had a chance, you might take a little air out of the guy's tires. Well, go to the body, you take some air out of those tires, and the guy can't use his legs, he can't use his speed.
Blocks it away. It's been 2 minutes of non-stop action. Now the final minute has arrived. Cintron blocks that punch. Keeping his hands up, getting rid of his opponent's offense. What a fight. What a great, non-stop action fight this has been. Takes one, but gives one. Good work by Ricky Hatton. To an end, and that's one of those rounds, Teddy, that just takes on a certain style, a certain characteristic, and that was a busy one.
Yeah, it was a busy one. Look, Joe, you don't have to look for these guys. They're right there in front of you.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think sometimes you just get those rounds where it all happens?
Because of styles. You know, styles make fights. In this case, you're seeing proof of that right there. Both guys that are aggressive, both guys that are very confident.
Oh, time. You've got nothing left, okay? Just go for the head. Knock him out. Done. You're doing fine. Just beats you to the punch, that's all.
Back underway here to live fight action. Tough fight to score. Very, very even. Closely contested bout throughout. Comes right back at him with a left hand.
Come on, side to side.
Blocks that punch. That was off the mark. They trade shots. He comes back with a right hand. Nice block that time. It was intended to the head. Pulls the trigger right away with the left hand after getting tagged himself. Kermit blocks it. Able to show you his blocking ability. Able to cut down that ring and just push his opponent against the ropes. Nice block. Oh, that's good stuff. Firing right back with one of his own. Good work by Ricky Hatton. Cintron with a counter punch. What a great round. 2 minutes in, 60 seconds to go. blocks away that headshot. Blocks that belt line well. Cintron's cut is on the cheek, and you can see that it's bothering him a bit right now. That's something we'll keep our eye on.
Don't worry. We'll take care of him. Don't worry. Swelling is down. Next round, let's keep busy. We'll take care of the swelling.
Back to action here at the start of this round, which is just part of what has been a very evenly fought fight. One of those fights that's going to be very hard to score. Digs it. Oh, Ricky Hatton's legs look shaky. He was hurt.
Come on now.
He is staggered and stumbling.
All right, come on now. Come on, work it out. Work it out. See some punches here.
Well, that's the classic wet noodle. How about that? He goes from being the victim to handing out the punishment. In the water, and he can smell it. He's going in for the kill.
Yes, he is, but he has to be careful that he doesn't.
Oh, and now the real test. Can he get up after going down a second time?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Hatton able to rise up to his feet. But what does the immediate future hold for him?
Well, he only has a couple seconds to figure it out.
Just missed with that punch. Hatton clearly bothered by that punch, and he's looking to clinch.
Come on,
he spent a lot of time, Hatton has going to school where he's learned offense. Right now, he's got a quick lesson to learn. How to survive, how to come up with defense.
He was stunned and staggered moments ago. Now he's right back in the fight, looking pretty good.
Yeah, some guys...
Holy cow! Ricky Hatton stunned and staggered.
Keep busy, guys. Come on now. Come on.
Well, his opponent doesn't like that, but that's exactly what he was trying to do, just create some space there. He went from almost being knocked out to being right back in it. Oh, that's good stuff. Fire it right back with one of his own. Good work by Ricky Hatton. Neither man slowing down as we have 60 seconds to go in this round. Wow! Ricky, right to the gut and right to the ground he goes. His opponent has gotten up after being knocked down, but he wants to put him out.
Yeah, now he has to be careful, though, because you know when you have a wounded animal, you don't want to just walk in.
Keep busy, guys.
I don't know what was said to him
Keep
in the
busy.
corner, but now he's the busier man.
Yeah, he's aware that he has to be.
Able to... Oh, and there you go. Ricky Hatton stunned, and he is hurt. He goes down. Oh, he may be close here. Can he survive the round? fight.
Your fight is over.
Kermit Cintron's going to have his hand raised by way of KO. The 10 count reached. His opponent out. He's the victor. Kermit Cintron's your winner by knockout.
Everybody but his opponent is happy now. That was an entertaining fight.
For Teddy Atlas, I'm Joe Tessitore. That does it ringside. We'll see you soon.